Good evening all. As you could probably tell by the thumbnail, we're covering 3 weapons today. It's going to be the Tatsu, the Ninkondi Prime, and the Silva and Aegis Prime. I've picked these 3 because they're elemental based weapons. If you don't know what that means, it's an element that's already built onto the weapon. The Tatsu has radiation already built on. The Ninkondi Prime has electricity already built on. And the Silva and Aegis Prime has heat as a flat damage type already built onto the weapon. So yeah, we'll take a quick look at these, and we'll have a quick look at the parts complementing the builds. First of all, we'll go to the Sentinel. Got a Helios Prime and the Deconstructor Prime, as you can probably tell where this is going. Using the Deconstructor Prime to put the Gladiator set mods on, and with the Gladiator set mods we've got a bonus 30% crit chance per combo multiplier with those on. Moving over to the Warframe. Don't have to worry about the build with the Warframe, it's the arcanes that are equipped. Now on this I've got Arcane Fury. On critical hit you get an extra 120% melee damage for 12 seconds. And Arcane Avenger, when you're damaged you get a 14% chance of 30% crit chance for 8 seconds, and that's pretty much proccing all the time, and so is Arcane Fury, so both of those. So with the Arcane Avenger you got 30% flat crit chance that goes on top of your current crit on the weapon, and then the Vigilante set bonus which gives another 30% flat crit on top of what you're already doing, but that stacks up with the combo multiplier, so obviously you get to like combo times 2, 3 and obviously up to 12. Before we go and look at the weapons, we'll move over to the simulacrum, and keep in mind obviously any gameplay in the simulacrum, it's a guide for what you see and what the build can do, but it doesn't give a true test of performance of how the weapons perform in normal missions due to enemies, obviously buffs, debuffs, mechanics, things like that, and obviously armor values, scaling, all those different things that are happening in a normal mission that you might not see in the simulacrum. Right, so we're in the simulacrum now, and as you could probably tell already, I'm going to cover the Silva and Aegis Prime first. What I'll do is I'll do all the weapons in stages, where I'll go down, obviously fight the enemies normal, then I'll go back, fight them a second time while the combo multiplier is there, so you're seeing what it is at the maximum, and then a third time will be going back again, fighting the enemy, but we'll activate Valkyrie's second ability that increases melee attack speed but slows the enemies down, and so you'll see the maximum obviously speed and damage output with the time to kill and DPS of the weapons. But first we'll take a look at the builds. Right, Silva and Aegis Prime, I've renamed it. Right, at the moment obviously it's a crit chance of 93.8%, crit multiplier of 3.8, the status chance is 66%, the heat is 946 and corrosive is 1135. I'm using the Final Harbinger stance to get the 4 slash procs from the combos off that. I'm using Sacrificial Pressure for base damage, using Sacrificial Steel, which combos with the Sacrificial Pressure to have the 275% crit chance. If you remove Sacrificial Pressure, it drops the crit chance on Sacrificial Steel from 275% to 220. I'm using Virulent Scourge and Voltaic Strike to get that corrosive, but also to increase the status chance. I'm using Organ Shatter for the crit damage, using Berserker for the extra attack speed on critical hits, using Spring-Loaded Blade basically for the cheaper option. I could put Prime Reach in, but the weapon already had a D polarity in, and Spring-Loaded Blade increases melee range on status effect, and you're pretty much always going to prot status effects anyway, so you go get that extra range anyway. And Condition Overload for the 120% melee damage per status type affecting the target. So you're going to have Corrosive, Heat, and Slash, because the Slash off the Final Harbinger, so you've got 3 damage types affecting there. Alright. Take a look at this. Keep in mind the Vigilante set bonus and the 2 Arcanes on the Warframe as well. Level 140 Corrupted Heavy Gunners. We're not going to have them paused, because otherwise you've got a stealth multiplier. Alright, so they're gone. That's the normal setup without the combo multiplier at the start. We'll run again while the combo multiplier is still there. Alright, so that's with the combo multiplier. Now we'll do it again, but with Valkyrie's second ability. So you get that extra attack speed. Yep, so as you can see, Valkyrie is pretty good with melee and obviously the bonus attack speed and with the build. So yeah, the Silva and Aegis Prime, pretty strong. Probably one of the strongest, or the strongest sword and shield that you can run with, if you're comparing things like the Cobra and Crane or the Ack and Brunt, things like that. But yeah, that's Silva and Aegis Prime. And the build obviously works very well, it's very strong. Right, we'll move on to the next weapon. And I think we'll go the Tatsu. Right, let's have a look at the build. Right, with this, it's only one stance that we've got at the moment. I'm not a massive fan of the Wise Razor stance for its normal attacks. The heavy attack gets 4 slash procs anyway, but we're not doing heavy attacks on this. It's just the normal attacks. And yeah, it's got some nice attack animations, but it's like a consistent stop and start in your motion. It's not constantly driving you forward. So if the enemy moves that fraction further back, you're essentially missing. That's why you need that range on there. But yeah, at the moment the crit chance is 51.2%, the crit multiplier is 3.7, the status chance is 61.6%, the IPS damage types is obviously impact, puncture and slash, with built-in radiation and corrosive with this build. I'm going Sacrificial Steel for the 220% crit chance. I've got Virulent Scourge and Voltaic Strike to create that corrosive and increase the status chance. Got Berserker for the attack speed. Got Prime Reach to obviously increase the range. Amalgam Organ Shatter for the crit damage and the 60% heavy attack wind-up speed if you want to use heavy attacks. Gone Blood Rush to stack obviously with the Vigilante set and the Arcane to increase the crit chance even further when the combo multiplier stacks up. And I've gone Condition Overload, hence why there's no base damage mod like Prime Pressure Point or Sacrificial Pressure. We're relying on condition overload for that base damage, which will proc with obviously each status affecting the target. And because we've got 5 status types that can affect the target, obviously it's 120% melee damage per status type, and obviously we've got 5. So yeah, we'll take a look, see how this performs. Obviously, as normal, we'll go in normally without the combo multiplier, so you can see it from base. Then we'll go in a second time with the combo multiplier, so you can see it at its maximum. And then obviously we'll use Valkyrie's second ability, Warcry, to increase the speed of the Tatsu and slow the enemies down to see its maximum potential with the build. 140 Corrupted Heavy Gunners, unpaused. See, it's okay. Oh, there's another one here. The Tatsu is a good weapon, but you'll see why it is better in a moment. Now we'll check with the full stack of combo multiplier, so you get the full damage straight away. So you obviously killed a lot quicker there while the combo multiplier's there. Now to see how it goes with Valkyrie's second ability. Now this is where it shines a lot more. So with Valkyrie's second ability, it makes hell of an impact, and the Tatsu becomes extremely strong with that bonus speed, like due to the DPS and time to kill factor. So the build as it is still viable, it's still good, it's still strong, it hits red crits, and it is pretty good for what it is with the weapon. But as soon as you put Valkyrie's speed in, or if you add a Volt or a Wisp or anything that's going to boost the speed with this build, as you saw, obviously it kills really quick and it's really efficient. So if you do like the Tatsu, I do recommend a frame that can boost the speed, the attack speed. Yeah, you could put an Arcane on to obviously increase the speed, but that's only a minute amount of a bonus that you're going to get compared to a Warframe that's giving that speed boost. But yeah, that's the Tatsu, and it's pretty good. Now, lastly but not least, we're going to go for the Ninkondi Prime. We'll have a look at the build for that. We got 70.4% crit chance, a 4x6 crit damage multiplier. We got 57.6% on status chance. We've got impact, puncher, slash, and corrosive with this build. The stance at Atlantis Vulcan, it's a nice stance, and obviously if you're doing the charging like forward attack stance where you do basically like a whirlwind spin attack with your hand, with the nunchucks like diving into the enemy. The only issue I have with that stance is you can hit the enemies, but it'll keep driving you forward. So you can end, if there's no enemies behind them, you just carrying on like swinging it away, like, and you're not hitting anything. So I tend to just run the normal attack patterns, and it's still pretty strong in just using the normal attack patterns. A bit like the Tatsu, got Sacrificial Steel for the 220% crit chance, which puts it up to the 70% mark. We got Organ Shatter for the crit damage, Primed Reach, which with an Ninkondi you need some range on it. Got Berserker for the extra attack speed. We got Voltaic Strike for obviously the electricity and status chance. But instead of Virulent Scourge, I've gone Prime Fever Strike to increase the corrosive damage overall. Blood Rush again to obviously increase that crit chance with the combo multiplier, stacked with obviously the Arcane and the Vigilante set bonus from the Sentinel. And no prime damage base mod like Prime Pressure. We've gone Condition Overload to obviously give the extra 120% melee damage per status type affecting the target. So we've got 4 at the moment, like Impact, Puncher, Slash, and Corrosive. So 120% melee damage per status type. So yeah, we'll take a look at the Ninkondi Prime and see how well this does. Same again, we'll run normal, then we'll do with the combo multiplier, and then we'll run with obviously Valkyrie's second ability. Keep in mind this is just the normal spam attack pattern, there's no holding forward, like there's no holding like the other different combo patterns, it's just the standard combo. Run again while the combo multiplier is there. As you can see, the Ninkondi Prime's pretty good like with that. We'll do it again, but we'll obviously do the Whirlwind driving attack. See what I mean, where it drives past the enemies. It is very strong. So we'll do that again. It is very strong, but with the Simulacrum having drops where you can fall out the map, so yeah, the Whirlwind attack combo is the strongest part of the Ninkondi Prime. It is insane, but I don't like doing it in the Simulacrum. Now with Valkyrie's second ability for speed. And that's the normal attack pattern. And it killed all of them extremely fast. Now we'll obviously do it again, but with the Whirlwind. I think it's a bit too fast to work out whether I'm going to go flying off the map or not. But yeah, that's the Ninkondi Prime. And it's very strong, very good. And if, like again, with the other weapons, especially like the Tatsu, if you use it with Valkyrie, Wisp or Volt or any frame that gives a speed boost, you get the maximum potential out of the weapon. And with these builds, they obviously do a really good job, and they easily wipe the floor with level 140 corrupted heavy gunners and higher. So yeah, they're the 3 weapons. Hope the builds help you all out, and hope you enjoyed. And no ribbons needed, maximum potential, knock yourself out. Thanks for watching, and stay awesome.